Hi, I'm Jared Moyes, and I'm here in the beautiful backcountry of the San Diego Wilderness. And I'm here to show you how to set up your Big Agnes copper spur tent. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find yourself a nice campsite. And while being in the backcountry, it's hard to find a proper campsite. But look here, it's flat, and most importantly, there's nothing dangerous that could happen to you. So important things to look out for are washes, especially in an environment like this, and widowmakers if you're up in a very forested area.
This is a good example of a wash. As you can see, it has vegetation on either side and steep banks. That shows that water runs down through it. And a widowmaker is just a broken off tree branch that might fall during the night.
So once you've found a good camping site, you're going to want to make sure to clear it of debris. So if you look around, we have cacti, bushes, yucca, and all of that sort of stuff. And all of those can puncture a inflatable sleeping pad and might be able to harm your tent. So you're going to want to make sure to look around and clear all of that off the ground before you start setting up your tent. Once you've decided that everything is clear from your campsite, then you can start setting up your Big Agnes tent.
So what you have with you is your tent stakes, tent poles, tent body, and in the tent body, your tent fly.
So to unroll your tent, just set it on the ground and roll it out gently towards the spot that you want it to be laid out to. Then unfold it into the proper configuration you're going to want. So next you're going to want to take your tent stakes and stake out your tent so it's fully taut and securely in the ground.
So luckily this is very soft soil, so you can just press your stake in. But a good technique is to take your foot up and place your toe on the tip of the spur and just push it into the ground until it's safely and deeply in there. If that doesn't work, you can find a rock such as this one here. Use it to hammer in your stakes.
So now that you've got your tent body staked out, you're going to want to take your tent poles and assemble them and then put them into the tent body. So one thing that's so nice about your Big Agnes tent is that you only have 2 poles to deal with. You have one short pole and one pole with a 4-way hub. To set up your 4-way hub, what I like to do is I hold it by the hub and let the poles figure themselves out. At that point, I put together any remaining poles that have not already been attached. Once you've done that, you're going to take the silver ends of the poles and match it up to the silver ends of the tents, and the red ends to the red ends of the tents.
So to put the pole ends into their slots, you just take them and you stick them into this small hole here, and they'll hold themselves very well. So you're just going to go around to each of the 4 corners and put each of the poles into their individual slots.
So now that you've got the poles in, you can start attaching the tent body to the poles with these small clasps that go around and follow each of the poles.
These are also very easy to put on. They just go on with one easy snap of the fingers.
So now that you've got your tent body set up, you're going to want to put the small cross pole onto your tent. So what you're going to do is just stick it in one of these slots, lay it across, attach the middle section, and then attach the final slot of the tent body.
So these slots are very simple. All you have to do is put the small ball bearing end into this white plastic bit here.
So now it's time to start attaching your fly to your tent body. To start off, you're going to look for these corners and make sure that they're aligned with the same color corners as you did with the tent poles. What I like to do is to just toss the tent fly over it and figure it out from there. So I have these 2 gray sides, so I'm going to throw it to the gray side poles. So once you've done that, you're going to take the buckles and attach them to the tent body.
So sometimes you're going to find that you have debris in your tent buckles. So what you want to do is take a small object like a safety pin and reach in this top and knock it out. Once it's clear, you'll be able to attach your tent with no issue. So for your next step, you're going to want to take some of your tent stakes and stake out these vestibules using these small gray lines here, and make sure that they're nice and taut so no rain gets in. After that, you're also going to want to make sure to stake out these ends of your tent once again to make sure that it's more stable and there's no water getting in. So this here is your guideline. Basically all you want to do with this is unfurl it so it's completely taut and put it around a branch or a stake. If you don't have any of those available, make a loop like this and put it on a rock, like so. Just make sure it's taut. And now you can enjoy your copper spur tent wherever you want to take it.